And the numbers there definitely surprised us in how they really did not look particularly good for Dragonflight.
The reason why the numbers for Dragonflight is not great is because Dragonflight is not a great expansion. Real talk. Dragonflight is not a great expansion. That's why the numbers are not great. Numbers don't lie. World of Warcraft is an old game. People have been playing this for 17, almost 18 years. I've played World of Warcraft since 2005. I've played every single expansion. I have raided, I have PvP'd, I've done all of it. I'm not that impressed by Dragonflight. I'm not. And I'm tired of people like Maximum and Preach having the biggest egos in the whole world, thinking that they speak for the entire gaming community. They don't. They don't. They speak for a minority, and then people think that Preach and Maximum are good players, so they think that you're supposed to think like them. No, you're not. You can think for yourself. The problem with Blizzard is that Blizzard doesn't do great games anymore. Blizzard don't do great games anymore. I still remember what I felt when the Burning Crusade launched. I was an XRMS raider in Classic on my Warrior. The Burning Crusade launched. I was queuing outside the gaming store to get a copy of the Burning Crusade. Then I went with my Hunter into Hellfire Peninsula and Shadow Moon Valley. I still remember that today. That was one of the most powerful experiences I've had in my life in terms of gaming. It was so beautiful. It was so dark. It was so scary. Everything could kill you in Hellfire Peninsula. And Zanger Mars was like paradise for me. Terracar Forest was like paradise for me. Right? Still remember that today. Or my grinding in Fellwood in Classic. All of those things. The game used to be scary. It used to be intriguing. It used to be that there's a big bad boss who's evil, who can kill you really, really badly. You used to be afraid when you were out in the world. Duskwood. How many people who played Alliance wasn't afraid of Duskwood? Everyone. I was. But at some point, there come this vocal minority of elite gamers who have the biggest ego in the whole world, who think that because they are good at the game, they might be really good at the game. Therefore, they are good game designers. So Maximum think that because he's a good player, he's a good game designer. He's not. Preach think that because he's a good player and he has a lot of followers, he's a good game designer. He's not. He's not Chris Metzen. He's not Chris Metzen. Or any of those old school Blizzard people. Mike Morhaime and all of those people. He's not them. Mike Morhaime was Bronze League StarCraft player. But he was the CEO of Blizzard when they made all the winning titles. You don't have to be a good gamer to be a good game designer. It's not the same thing. But these content creators and their followers create them an ego. And then they pressure Blizzard to remove systems like, oh, Covenants suck in Shadowlands. I think Covenants were decent. I used to be Night Fae on all of my characters. I think it was decent. It was not great. Oh, Torghast sucks. Well, fuck that. I love Torghast. And I was a Mythic Raider in Castle Nasria. I loved Torghast. I think it was nice. I think it was a nice way to test out my new gear that, oh shit, I got gear upgrades. I can do higher levels of Torghast. I could do Torghast so much on when I was playing in Shadowlands. And then these vocal minority elite gamers who have a big egos and think that they are good game designers because they know how to play the game, keep on creating these narratives that Torghast suck, Covenant suck, no systems, no solo content, it should just be that you can go in and do whatever the hell you want. Basically almost a level of narcissistic egoism, just because that suits them as elite gamers. Then they think that all the millions of players in World of Warcraft think exactly the same way. And nobody dares to speak out against them because then you're a noob. Well, I don't fucking care. I'm not a huge, super good, well-geared gamer. I have 4 set pieces. I have a 418 main hander enhancement shaman. I'm almost done with Heroic, soon gonna start Mythic. I'm not a super elite gamer. But the numbers don't lie. World of Warcraft is an old game. And the numbers show that it is possible to create good expansions like Legion. It's possible. Dragonflight, I don't like it. It's too... it's not bad, but it's not great. If I put it like that. I like Shadowlands more. Yeah. There are some of us who play the game a lot who like Shadowlands more than Dragonflight. Why can we never speak? Why is it Preach and Bellular and fucking Maximum who should all the time speak for us? I like Shadowlands more. There was more single player content in Shadowlands. Dragonflight, I almost got bored the first 2 weeks because there was nothing to do and there was a big focus on outdoor elites and professions, and I'm not a big professions guy. Oh, you can do whatever you want, but maybe I don't want to do whatever I want. I want a clear storyline. I want something to do on my character. And now for me, it's either Mythic Plus or I have nothing to do on my character. It's wait for a raid, either do Mythic Plus, but I'm bored of it because I don't like the Mythic Plus content. I don't like the Halls of Valor, Temple of the Jade Serpent, all of these on plus 16 keys suck to me. Because as a melee, there's so much stuff that can give you. And it's not really based on, it's not hard in the right sense of hard, the PvP content or PvE content. It's not hard in the sense that it rewards, for example, you doing high DPS, big dig DPS. It's not hard in that sense. It's hard in the sense that it punishes small mistakes. So when I'm melee, there are a billion things that can kill me. A beam here, a swirl here, and I just have to all the time evade everything so I can never get into the flow of doing high dick DPS. And I don't like that. I don't like that kind of gameplay. And it's very taxing for healers. And for you to be able to do like plus 16, you need really good healers. Because melee is always gonna fuck up at some point, and that puts a lot of pressure on healers. And I know that a lot of healers are not having the best time in the world. I know I'm a shaman. I can play restoration, and I know how it is to be restoration. It's not a nice experience. Because the game right now in PvE punishes mistakes. It doesn't reward excellent play. So PvE right now, and Vault of the Incarnates is the same. It punishes people for small mistakes. That's not how life is. It should reward you for good play. Patchwork in Extremas was one of the best bosses ever designed. Because Patchwork was very straight up. It was just that you really had to have good gear and do big numbers, rather than Patchwork punishing someone for making a small mistake. And there is always like a Patchwork kind of boss. Taros. I like Taros in Vault of the Incarnates. I like Taros. I like those kinds of bosses. I don't like bosses that punishes the slightest mistake and all the time interrupts the DPS flow or healing flow. I'm not very happy. I think it's a decent game, but I think that Blizzard has done better games. If there's anyone from Blizzard watching, you have to stop listening to what these content creators say. They don't speak for all of us. Blizzard, be creative. Do Shadow Moon Valley. Okay, dragon riding, as you did here. It's creative. It's good. Everyone likes dragon riding. It's creative. But the world is not dangerous. There's no threat. Where's the big bad boss? Where is he? There's no danger. Everything is just purple and everything is just paradise. There's no danger. I want the Lich King, or I want Illidan, or I want like Kel'Thuzad or something like that. I want imminent danger, or like Deathwing in Cataclysm. I want an enemy, some kind of place which is dark and filled with hell, and you are scared of everything because everything can one-shot you in terms of the outdoor content. Scary and hard for real. Classic WoW used to be hard. It wasn't hard in the sense that small swirls in the ground one-shot you. It was hard in the sense that you just bosses had a lot of health and you had little health and you really had to try. Hard in that sense. Blizzard has to stop listening to these people who think they know how to design a game. Be creative. Try new things. Torghast was great. Covenants was okay. Dragon riding is fine. What you did to the professions is fine. But the problem I have with Dragonflight is that you listen too much to what these people say and you try to make a compromise game. And that makes World of Warcraft suffer in terms of wow factor, creativity, this big, sort of exciting kind of surprise effect, mysterious effect. Now, everyone knows how to play Enhancement Shaman before Dragonflight launches because of public test realm. Everyone knows the Vault of Incarnate bosses before it launches, and there are 10 guides per boss. There's no surprise anymore. There's no I have to figure out my class. There is an optimal simming build that you have to play. You have to play Elementalist. I don't even play a pure Elementalist build because I'm so fucking bored of it. I do Doom Winds and semi-Elementalist Doom Winds physical build in Mythic Plus. Maybe it's 1% less DPS than the WoW Head or Icy Veins version, but it's 1% more fun also. I don't know. These are my 2 cents.